Do you remember Care Bears? No? Okay, Care Bears. Care Bears started in 1981. Not as toys or a cartoon, but as greeting card illustrations from American Greetings. Artist Elena Kukarik gave each bear a belly badge that stood for an emotion or a trait. Cheer Bear with a rainbow, Grumpy Bear with a rain cloud, Bedtime Bear with a moon and a star. By 1983, Kenner had turned them into plush toys, and suddenly kids everywhere were picking their bear like it said something about their own personality. Before the series, there were 2 animated specials. The Land Without Feelings in 1983, and Battle the Freeze Machine in 1984. The villain, Professor Coldheart, was a big deal in those films, but he barely existed as merch anywhere else, which was kind of unusual for the toy-driven 1980s. Then came the real launchpad, the Care Bears movie in 1985. It was animated in Canada by Nelvana, made on a budget of about $2 million, and then ended up pulling in more than about $30 million worldwide. That movie introduced the Care Bear cousins: Braveheart Lion, Brightheart Raccoon, Cozy Heart Penguin, Swiftheart Rabbit, and more. And this was before they even hit toy shelves. Then the TV shows followed. The first season in 1985, then the Care Bears family from 1986 to 1988, bringing in villains like No Heart and building out Care-a-Lot. By the end of the decade, the brand had cleared billions in merchandise sales. Plushies, lunchboxes, bed sheets, you name it. What made it click wasn't just the movies or the TV show. It was that the belly badge gave kids a shortcut to express feelings that they didn't have the words for yet. The plushies themselves stuck in your memory. The slick, soft fur, the satin tags, the slightly tilted heads. And if you had the cousins, you remember how off the wall it felt to have a raccoon or an elephant in the mix with your bears. Now, the first movie kept Nelvana afloat. Without Care Bears, the studio wouldn't have survived to make other things that you probably do not remember, like Rock and Rule. Now, I am bad with names, keep that in mind. Director Arna Zelznik was one of the very few women helming an animated feature in the 1980s. And Professor Coldheart, he's practically a lost villain, never given the toy push you'd expect, which is why so few people actually remember him compared to the bears themselves. Cards, plushies, specials, movies, shows, that's pretty much the timeline. What started as a greeting card side project turned into a billion-dollar nostalgia machine. And if you grew up with them, you might remember pointing a plush at your siblings and yelling Care Bear stare like it actually meant something. Anyway, do you remember Care Bears? Ow, ow, play with the bear!